Hello, and welcome back to My Artist Friend, the podcast about the artist behind the art. My name is Becky Helms. I am your host, and I feel like I cannot start this episode today without talking about tariffs. It's really bad for independent artists. I'm sure the intention was to make it more difficult for larger businesses to force manufacturing in the United States. I don't even pretend to know. Seems like a bad idea to me. And I know what I know, my little area of expertise is small businesses, independent businesses, and art businesses, and where the three meet in the middle. And it's really hard for artists right now. And I just wanted to take a minute to address not just the business owners specifically, but folks that are here that just appreciate creativity and people that want to support other businesses, and talk about ways that we can support our favorite artists, our favorite small businesses during this time. So these might seem kind of obvious, but the idea is to do these things with intention. You might know in the back of your head, oh, I know I should do these things. And they would help my friends, help my favorite artists, blah, blah, blah. But maybe starting your day with a little bit of intention, maybe when you open up Instagram, do so with intention. So that being said, let me get into these 5 ways that you can support your favorite creative businesses. Okay, so the first 2, I'm just going to talk about monetary things. So obviously, buy from them. Buy their things, buy their stuff. If you have birthdays, anniversaries, anything you need to buy a gift for, pick something up from your favorite local shop. Pick something up from your favorite independent artist. One of the things I love doing now is picking up random greeting cards from shops because I want to send more snail mail to my friends. And so doing that with intention, going, you know what, I want to pick up some cards. I'm going to do it at the Fox and the Feather in downtown Dexter because I know they carry really cute stuff by independent artists. So that's the intention. You know what I mean? So just buy what you can. I know this economy sucks. I know it's really hard, but if you can take a minute to think, instead of running to Amazon, who has the fast shipping and is owned by a horrible billionaire, you can go to Instagram and look up your favorite shop that sells pins or stickers or super cute plushies, things like that, and grab something from them. The shipping's not going to be as quick, but it'll be cute and you'll feel better about it. So yeah, number 1 is pretty obvious. Buy some stuff from them, especially right now, because a lot of folks right now, because of the tariffs, they can't order new things because it'll be too expensive. They don't know if they'll be able to afford to buy, you know how much it costs to get it made, but you don't actually know how much it's going to cost once it gets to the United States because the numbers keep changing. You know what I mean? Like one day it's 50%, one day it's 124. Who knows? I'm making that up because I can't keep track of all the ways that it's changed. And that's stressful on small businesses. So if you help them with the inventory they have now, they'll be able to have a little bit more in the bank and hopefully be able to order again soon. Okay, so number 2 is the last thing about spending your money. Okay, there are free ways to support them in a minute, but if your favorite artists have a Patreon, do they have a subscription monthly service? Do they have a Substack like yours truly? Do they have like a Ko-fi, a coffee, something like that, where you can either sign up for something monthly or, buy them a coffee, that kind of thing, some kind of tip sort of situation, like when you've got some extra money to play with. And think about, oh, this person's, like my, and I'm not trying to solicit, I'll do that at the end, but, my Substack is $5 a month. You know what I mean? When I had my pen club, it was $10 a month. It was $15 a month for the gnomes. Those were a little bit bigger. But when you think about it, sounds like a big commitment at first, but when you break it down, like, oh, that's actually less than going to get a coffee. Like, oh, that's actually less than the amount I spend in Nerds gummy clusters a month. You know what I mean? So, like, what do I really want to do? Do I want to support a small business or do I want to eat nerd gummy clusters? I want them both. Okay. And some months I will have both. But if they have some sort of Patreon or way to give monthly, those things are really important. The pin clubs for me were huge because I knew what I could count on each month. As a creative business owner, you never really know how the month is going to turn out. You can make educated guesses on how much you're going to make, but you really don't know. Some months you come out with a product that goes nuts and you never expected it. And that's great and it's exciting. But then the next month, everyone's already got it. And, there's market fatigue and then you don't make as much. So having that monthly income for an artist is so helpful because it's the closest thing to a salary that we're going to get. And, granted, we go into this business knowing this. We know that it's not going to be easy, but right now it's exceptionally difficult. So if you have a little bit extra, if you want to give up your candy money for a little bit, that would actually be really helpful to creative businesses and artists. And even looking for something like buy me a coffee kind of a thing, just a little tip in the tip jar. Every little bit helps right now for your favorite independent artist. Now we're done with me asking you to give away your money. The third thing you can do is follow them on social media. Okay. Are we all following? We're following everyone on Instagram. That's probably how you heard about me. Anyway, that's fine. I love Instagram. I've been on there for years. And the biggest thing about following someone on Instagram is engaging with their stuff. So when you see people complaining about the algorithm, that is very real, especially right now. None of us have any control over what is shown on the algorithm. The biggest thing you can do is if you're looking at someone's stories, hit that little heart. You know what I mean? If you see their stuff up on your feed, give them a little like, give them a little comment, something really quick. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. All the little things that you do with a post helps them to be seen by other people. So even if you can't buy anything from them, you can help kind of signal boost their posts, help their posts be seen by more people who might be able to buy from them. And that is huge. So any interaction that you can give on Instagram, on TikTok, if they have YouTube, if they have a Substack, anything like that, just a quick little comment, a little like, especially sharing, and I'll get more into that later. It's such a huge help. I don't know if people really understand how big of a deal it is for independent artists because being on social media is the easiest way to market our stuff, get our work out there, and any kind of extra little boost, extra little help, even just the comments, it makes us feel good. So when you're going through, maybe when you open Instagram, think, I'm going to comment on some stuff. It doesn't have to be anything in depth. It can just be a little something to, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. You know what I mean? But that kind of interaction is really, really, really helpful to artists on these social media platforms. So that would be a huge help if you're already in there, just add it to your scrolling and that would be amazing. It's really, really helpful. Okay. Another free thing that you can do that is super helpful is subscribe to their email list. So a lot of places have pop-ups. There are a lot of shops where I'm like, get out of here. I don't care about your 10%, blah, 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 which is fine for a big giant store. Who cares? But if you have a independent artist who is one person, maybe two people just trying to sell their work and they have an email list, sign up. Because that is such a great way to hear from them. And then if you are getting those emails and you're opening them just to take a look, that helps their deliverability with other emails for other people. So it's another thing very similar to liking and commenting and sharing and all that stuff on social media. If you sign up for their emails, you're going to know about all the cute stuff first. And B, if you're opening these emails, if you're going into their shop from them, then that helps them with the deliverability of their emails to other people who might be able to buy more. So it's wild how it all works, but opening those emails, getting those emails and click-through rates up it's a job for independent artists. But email lists are also a really great way to stay on top of stuff, especially even if you are commenting and liking on people's posts on Instagram, who knows if you're really going to see the most important posts from them. So being on email lists is the best way to keep in touch, to see the deals, see the specials, know about the new product launches, things like that. And engaging with those emails is really helpful for the businesses as well. So more people can see the emails too. So a lot of these things are it's just really a helping hand for the small business. And it really it takes a couple seconds, of your day to click open an email or like a post, you know what I mean? All right. And the last thing you can do is just share the artists that you love. I feel like word of mouth and growing a community is really, really important right now. And that is also a really great way for artists to find more customers, find more people who enjoy their art, is just physically sharing it with the people that you love. You know what I mean? Like if you get an email from someone and you think the stuff is really cute, you can forward it. If you see an Instagram post, send it to your friend. Make sure that people know that you care about small businesses and know that you're like kind of the person to go to. You know what I mean? If there's a small business that someone wants to support, be like, oh yeah, they know all about it because they share the cutest stuff with me. Even just sharing a post, a piece of art that you like on your stories and Instagram is huge, because the people who watch your stories are the people who actually like really care about you. They're the people who like see all the stuff that you want to talk about. And when they see a piece of art that you share, they know that you really, really like it. And your opinion holds sway with people. And you never know who's going to buy what. You never know who's going to become a huge fan and be someone's best customer because you showed them, this silly piece of art on Instagram. You know what I mean? So please share artists through email, through Instagram, through TikTok, through whatever platform you're on. Sharing is huge. Word of mouth is huge. And it's a really easy way to help out your favorite artists. So this was a really short one. I know it feels obvious. It feels like I shouldn't need to say these things, but at least to me, I was like, I don't know if this is helpful to people. It feels really obvious to me, but it's not so much knowing it in your head that's obvious. It's knowing it and taking action. So I hope that hearing these things encourages you to take a minute to go look at a small business. You can look through on Substack. I have a section that's just called newsletter, and all of the newsletters that I send out on Fridays live there. So if you need small businesses to support, I have a whole section in my newsletter called Small Biz Wish List. And I have at least 6 artists every single week that I highlight. And there's lots of good stuff in there: jewelry, pins, prints, ceramics, all kinds of stuff. So if you want to get some inspiration, you can check that out. And you can also just check out on Instagram. I am going to intentionally be sharing more artists on my stories. And it's the intention behind it. I know this in my head, but I need to take the action on it. There's not much that I can do as one person who is now separated from owning a small business, but I surely can buy from small businesses, subscribe to small businesses. I can share small businesses. I can holler about them on Instagram. I can write in my little comments all day long, you're so cute. I love this, I can like and share all the things, and Lord knows I'm going to subscribe to some emails. All right. So come along with me. And let's support our artists during this really difficult time. There's a lot of uncertainty for artists right now. They don't know how much inventory they can buy. They don't know how much things are going to cost because it changes at a whim. So frustrating. I can feel the frustration from my friends, and it's really hard to. If I feel helpless, but I'm not helpless because I can do these things to support them. So if you need inspiration for small businesses, you can check out my newsletter, check out my Substack, and see all the different podcast episodes. You can also learn about other artists through my podcast and visit me on Instagram. I will be sharing more. And yeah, let's rally behind our small businesses and our artists. Let's not engage in AI behavior. Let's support the human intelligence and the human artists around us. I know we can do this. So maybe in the comments of this, you can tell me like your favorite independent artist. Is there someone you follow that you love? Or maybe what's one thing that you can do to help support other businesses? So let us know. You're the best. And I'll talk to you next week. Okay, bye.